Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump and peanut butter emergencies. What an odd thing to say, right? But that's the timeline we exist in. That's part of actual news. A small group of businesses made their arguments in front of the U.S. International Court of Trade in Manhattan. A panel of 3 judges are currently weighing whether or not to place a nationwide injunction against Trump's tariffs. The businesses made their argument simply. Trump invoked a made-up emergency as justification for his tariffs, so he could use the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The Justice Department defended Trump's move with an even more easy-to-digest argument. Mind your business. I mean, it was more eloquent than that, but they basically argued that the courts shouldn't second-guess Trump. The case hinges on congressional intent. Did Congress really mean to give the presidency basically unchecked power over tariffs? Or is Trump misusing the law? Trump's stated emergency is, quote, large and persistent trade deficits. The businesses claim that the trade deficits are, quote, neither an emergency nor an unusual or extraordinary threat. One of the interesting things is that this court hears about trade a lot. They probably have a better understanding of trade deficits than most on the bench. I'm curious if their understanding might influence their ruling here. If you don't know, most economists don't believe trade deficits are inherently bad. The judges asked the businesses to define what an emergency is. The businesses kind of took the position that there isn't really any definition of emergency that would include a long-standing and pretty mundane thing like a trade deficit that Trump himself said was persistent. Basically, it was, I may not be able to define exactly what a blizzard is, but it doesn't matter because it's sunny and 71 degrees outside. The Trump administration took a very broad view of the law, and it led to a position that suggested the president could declare just about anything an emergency and then enact tariffs. Every judge on the panel seemed less than convinced, with one actually talking about a potential national emergency being declared because of a shortage of peanut butter. The businesses are looking for one of 2 outcomes. They want the judges to either block the April 2nd tariffs while the case plays out and maybe goes to trial, or alternatively, just issue a final decision and permanently end the tariffs. That last bit may sound surprising, but I wouldn't count that possibility out. Dreams do come true, if only we wish hard enough. Peter Pan. You know, like the peanut butter. The judges did not seem impressed with the administration's position. This is likely one of the most consequential cases the court will ever hear. We're talking about trillions in global trade at stake here. So they'll probably take a bit of time to make their decision. But we'll keep you updated when it happens. Either way, it's probably bound for the Supreme Court. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.